Hey there! Welcome to the channel where you will find love, laughs, and DIYs. My name is Crafty Kathy. I'm the owner and creator of Kids Vintage Farmhouse here in Chattanooga, Tennessee, and I am tickled pink that you stopped to craft and spend a little time with me today. This week I've been working on some gorgeous summery cottage decor that I want to share with you, so let's just dig in. We're going to start off with this little picnic caddy that I picked up at the thrift store, and it was only $3. I do not like those apples that are all over it, so we are going to paint it and decoupage it, and we're going to make it into something gorgeous for resale. I started off by using my little water mister, and I very lightly misted the sides of this. I'm going to paint it with DIY's paint called beadboard. It's an off-white color, and when you put a little bit of water on there, it just makes that paint move and flow very easily. I painted all the sides with the color beadboard, but I did not paint the handle, nor did I paint the inside portion of the little basket. Now, this would be a perfect basket to carry on a picnic. It's got a little spot for your plates and for your silverware. Lately, I've been loving the look of decoupage on baskets, so that's what I'm going to do here. I have this gorgeous napkin that's got some mason jars, flowers, and a little bird on it. What I do is just squirt a little bit of water on my little silicone mat there, and I take a very skinny and thin paintbrush, and I just kind of go along the sides there so I can split this in half. One thing when I'm decoupaging is I never like those squared edges. I like my pieces to be like torn and ripped looking because it looks so much more natural and better that way. I put a little bit of my DIY liquid patina on my thumb and my pointer finger, and it helps me to separate the plies of the napkin so much easier. Now, this one ended up having 2 plies, and you have to be careful because sometimes those things are tricky, and it looks like you're finished with your plies, but you're not. The way that you know that you've got all the plies is when your napkin is absolutely kind of see-through and very, very thin. And of course, it won't have that white backing on it anymore. Now, most of them do have 2 plies. I've come across napkins that even had 3 plies. And then some of the cheaper ones just have 1 ply. But here I'm just wetting my fingertips, going around, and I'm moistening up this napkin, and I'm just lightly tearing the edges of it. I'm going to keep the 2 pictures together because it just looks like a bunch of mason jars together with the little birds, and it's going to go down the front on the sides of this little picnic basket. So what I do is I lay my napkin out and see exactly where I want it to go. I'm going to take this little fan brush, which is a very good brush to do your decoupaging with. You don't have to have any special brush, but I just like to use this type, and I like to use like just a straight flat brush also. It just helps me better. I put a little bit of the liquid patina right in the very center of the picnic basket, and I'm going to lay this napkin down right in the center. And you see all the grooves that this has there on the picnic basket. So you start off in the center, use your fingers very lightly, and you just go right down the center. And I do my napkins in small little quantities here. So I'm going right beside it and just doing just a little bit more and then pushing that down. I'm going to finish the last little increment of the napkin on this side, and I'm just going to gingerly lay it down. I don't fight with my napkin. I just let it do what it wants to do, basically. And then I'm going to take my saran wrap, and I'm just going to kind of pull it taut, and it's going to cause it to be pulled inside all those grooves of that picnic basket. And then I'm going to go to the opposite side and do the exact same thing. Just work in small increments And I'm also going to make sure that all of my edges are sealed up real good. And you definitely use that saran wrap. The saran wrap helps you to touch the napkin and maneuver it and get any wrinkles out and to push it down. If you was to just use your bare hands, your bare fingers on the napkin, you're definitely going to pull that napkin apart and ruin your whole project. So make sure you use your saran wrap. It is a must-have when you're decoupaging. I just use that saran wrap, and then I'm just pulling off the bottom part of that napkin because it's wet from the liquid patina, and it just makes it very easy to pull apart. And up top, I'm doing the exact same thing. I'm going to take the straight razor whenever my napkin dries, and I'm just going to go up at the top and just kind of cut that off. You can also use an X-Acto knife. It's the same thing. And just make that slit so that you can have a perfect edge on the top. I'm going to use some Waverly Antique Wax that's watered down, and I'm going to use this little dauber, and I'm going to go along that edge where there's that metal piece up at the top, and I'm just going to shade that in, and it's going to make it really pretty. And I'm also going to go over the handle with the same color and just use a baby wipe to blend it all in. I had to go over the handle portion several times just to get it the color that I wanted. I wanted it a little bit darker than I did that little metal piece that goes around the basket. And it turned out looking so cute. I may keep this piece for myself so we can go on a picnic with it. I didn't like that little gold accent that holds the handle together. So I did a trick that I do a lot, and I just took a black Sharpie and I just colored it in. And then all those little nails that hold in that little piece of metal that goes around the top of the basket, I just kind of dotted them too so that they would show up a little bit more because I like that accent. And I hope you like this first one. It was simple and easy, and I love this look.
You were the top that eclipsed the room. I was the one who arrived too soon. But no one would ever bet against us if they saw us exchanging glances. I was too busy to fall in love. You were too busy to break my heart. Nobody else was there to stop us. Nobody else was there to warn us. Now we go on and on with this poor love song we've been working on far too long, baby. Do you still remember when our hearts tuned up spontaneously? On and on like a marathon, we keep running from fighting for something. Something to remind us that we're better than this poor love song. Too busy watching the TV screen. Now we're just betting on broken dreams. Nobody's gonna come and save us. We cashed in too many empty favors, yeah. Now we go on and on with this poor love song we've been working on far too long, baby. Do you still remember when our hearts tuned up spontaneously? On and on like a marathon, we keep running.
The next one is going to be this cute little bird feeder that I made for outside. I got this little set at the thrift store for just $1.99, and I actually like the color of it. It's orange and then yellow inside, and I really do like this for summer. I think it's pretty colors, and plus I really don't want to paint it because I don't want to like paint or anything that could harm the birds if they chipped it off and ate it. So we're just going to leave it the way it is. I'm going to use my Star Bond glue, which is a permanent adhesion, and I do like this glue a lot. And plus, it's got an accelerator that you spray on whatever you are gluing it to, and within 10 seconds, you have that permanent hold. So it's really quick, and it is very secure. I actually like this better than I do E6000. I think it's stronger. So what I'm going to do is put a good line of the glue down the bottom part of my cup that's going to touch the saucer. And the one that I'm using is the thick. I have thick and thin. And then I'm taking the accelerator and you spray it on the little saucer itself. And then you just set your little cup up. You want the handle to be facing upward because that's what you're going to use to put your string on that's going to hold this up into the tree or your bird feeder or wherever you're going to hang it at. So you just hold it there for a few moments and boom, you have a great adhesion. I'm going to take 2 of my little ceramic birds that I got off of Amazon, and these are in my Amazon store in case you want any. They come in a pack of 6. They're little ceramic birds, and I have just been using these like crazy. I'm going to use that Star Bond glue, and I'm going to put one up by the handle, and then I want the other one to go down sitting on the saucer, just kind of looking around and gauging stuff. And all it takes is just a very little bit of that glue. You don't have to use a whole lot because when you use that accelerator, you're going to have an amazing hold. Then I'm just going to spray a very small amount of that accelerator on and underneath these little birds just to make sure we have a really good hold there. Look how amazing this hold is. I absolutely love this glue. I just grabbed some of this jute rope from the Dollar Tree. I thought that the brown color matched this better and looked better than the whitish color. And I'm just tying a double knot up in the top so that it's going to be nice and secure. I'm going to cut that off. And then all the little hairy parts that are on this jute cord, I'm just going to burn those off real quick with the lighter to make sure that we have a good smooth look on this. Now, you could go a step further if you wanted to and take some of these little tags from the Dollar Tree and write Birdie Buffet on that. I thought that was really cute. And just take your cutters and just kind of cut the bottom off because it's a little long and super glue that on there. But I opted out to do that because I honestly didn't feel that it needed it. But it's really cute with it. I save all of my pieces of my transfers if I don't use the whole thing. And then this is a piece of one of my IOD transfers from the book Brocante. And I thought that it looked perfect to go on the side of this little cup. It really didn't need anything, but I just thought it was cute and it added a cute little cottagey feel to it. So when you're doing a transfer, all you do is just lay it down with the backing and then you're just going to rub. I like to use my fingernail, especially if I don't have a large area to use the little tool that you scratch it with that they send. So I'm just using my fingernail to get that little transfer on there, and then you're going to burnish it. And what that means is where you take that backing, that little film that it just came off with, and kind of rub it around on the surface, and it just gives it a really good adhesion, and that's all that means. And that's all I did to this one, and then I hung it in my little bonsai tree where the birdies love to hang out. I hope you like this one. I think it is adorable.
Living my life with no big worries. And I've always known what I want, just didn't know what came along. Finding myself a much less happy. Back in the days I used to dream about one day a life so amazing, not everyone judging me.
Our very last one is going to be real quick and simple. This is a beautiful swan that I got from the thrift store. And he's pretty the way he is, but I don't like those gold accents, and I definitely don't like the colored flower. I feel that if you put everything just white, it just makes it look so much more classy and beautiful, and it brings it up 1,000 notches in my book. So that's what I did is I took it outside. I gave it 2 coats of the Rust-Oleum ×2 after I cleaned it up, of course. And just look at the difference that spray paint made. Oh, this is so pretty already. Without that tacky looking gold accent, it just looks so much better the way it is. I absolutely love it. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm just going to take this Best Dang Wax by Dixie Belle, and I'm just going to go over this whole thing. Now, I intend to do some wax on this, but if you put clear wax down first, it creates a slippery surface to where it's easy to manipulate and move that wax around. Like, for instance, if you're going to use a black wax, sometimes that black wax is too much. But if you put a clear wax down first, it gives you the option to wipe it off very easily and control it better. And that's the reason why I'm putting down a clear wax before I'm going to put down, the wax that we're going to use. And then you just wipe off the excess with a lint-free rag. I've got a few different waxes that Miss Lori sent me, my friend over at Milton's Daughter. And if you need any of these products, by the way, her website is www.miltonsdaughter.com, and I'll leave it in the description box. And you can get any of the products that you see me use. I'm going to use DIY's wax that is this gold color, and it's called Golden Rule. Now, I know, I just said that other gold was tacky, and it was because it was just kind of outlined in gold. But I want to put some beautiful color in all those little divots where those flowers are there on his side, and I'm going to make those things just stick out. Plus, his feathers have all these beautiful little divots, and I thought it would be so pretty just to add a little accent to it and bring some attention to that area. I'm going to wipe off the excess with this lint-free rag. She sent me this bronze color, and it's a Pentart product, and it is like a bronze wax, and I think it's really pretty. So I want to accent those flowers with it a little bit and just bring some more attention to that area. And so I just kind of went over it. You use this the same way that you use your other waxes, and just wipe off the excess. Now, I pulled out that Tim Holtz Distressing Stain. I love this stuff so much. And I'm not going to spray it on there because when you spray it on, it leaves little speckles. And that's perfect when you need it for that. But we're not needing that right now. So I'm just going to spray a little bit on my mat so that I can control it better and use it the way that I need to. Now, I didn't want to cover up that bronze and that gold, so all I did was just a little bitty squirt, and I put it on with a dauber or a dabber, whatever you want to call it, just so I could kind of outline his feathers a little bit and shade them in just a little bit more. And I think he turned out beautiful. Now, I'm taking this floral foam. I'm just making sure that it's going to fit down in there. And then I'm going to take a little bit of my hot glue, and I'm going to place it down so that we can glue this floral foam down so it's not going to be bopping around everywhere. Then I'm going to take this super moss that I get from Hobby Lobby. It's really like Excelsior, but it's very fine. And I add it first, and it's just so much easier if you do that instead of adding your florals and then trying to fight with that stuff. I've got some eucalyptus from Walmart. I have some beautiful lamb's ear from Walmart, some peonies from Amazon, and then I have these little white, I guess they're just like little bushes. I don't really not sure what you would call them. And I got those from Hobby Lobby. That's what I'm putting in now. And I always do my florals in a certain order. I put the tallest in the middle and then the two smaller on the sides. And I always like to use at least 3 different colors of greenery because I think it just brings something to it. And the dimension and the difference just kind of makes the project, if you ask me. So I'm going to open up this lamb's ear. And you know that it only comes basically, they give you 2 little sprigs of it. And I don't cut mine off in separate little sprigs. I'm just going to cut it down a little bit. I'm going to place it kind of in the back. I mean, it is in the back if you were looking sideways at your little swan here. And then I'm going to place the other one right over beside it. You know, whatever I do on the left, I do it in the same spot on the right. Whatever I do in the front, I'm going to do in the same spot in the back. The only thing that I do different is make sure that my tallest florals go in the very center, and then you come down almost like an umbrella effect if you think about it. An umbrella, that tallest point is in the very center, and then it goes down on the sides. That's what I'm doing here. I'm taking these gorgeous purple peonies that I got from Amazon. They are in my Amazon store in case you want any in the florals. And I do the same thing. I'm putting the tallest one in the front, a little bit of a smaller one in the back. And then, of course, you know me, I've got to match those up exactly and put these little special ones. I'm not sure what you would call them. They're just like a little sprig. It's not an actual flower. And those two are going to go kind of in the front, one on the left, one on the right there, because that way they're side by side, but yet you kind of, it just brings something when you do them that way. I don't know any other way to explain it. And then I'm going to add that last little peony because I like to do things in uneven numbers, and this makes 3. So you've got your little third one there. And all my pieces are beautiful, very easy to put together. And then I just kind of fool with them. Whatever I think looks good is what I always go with. That's always been my rule of thumb, and it's worked so far. Let me know which one of these has been your favorite.
I was counting my blessings. I felt beaten down. I was looking for a calling, felt lonely in a crowd. I was searching for the answers, too blind to see the signs. He was always by my side.
Hey, if you stuck with me so far, I just want to thank you so much for watching my video and spending a little time and crafting with me. Don't forget to subscribe and give me a thumbs up because it really helps push my videos out there to people who've never seen me before. My videos are every Monday and Thursday at 6:30 unless I'm having a collaboration. Speaking of, I will be in a collaboration on Sunday, May the 7th at 6, and I hope to see you there. I love you, and you have a blessed week. Stop eating the flowers and go pee-pee. Yes, you're cute. I think. Where'd he go? Tuffy Tater. Stop eating the flowers. Stop eating flowers and go pee. You're like an old lug nut. Come on. Let's go pee-pee. Dude. Oh my gosh. Tell me again why I decided to get 2 puppies instead of 1. And I forgot that sometimes these little pug boys are just something else. Oh, he's gonna potty now right on the camera. is where Mama likes at. Come here. Come here. Come here. Come here. Come here. Give me some yabbing. Come here, boy. Oh, give me some yabbing. Oh, give me some yabbing. You want to give me some yabbing? Oh, give me some yabbing. 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 Oh, him giving yabbing. You're giving loving. You're giving yabbing. Yes. Yes. Oh, he's so gorgeous. He's so gorgeous. Oh. He's so gorgeous. He's so gorgeous. He's so gorgeous. Look at that face. Look at that face. Look at that face. Look at that face. That's my baby. That's my baby. That's my little baby. That might eat your baby. That might eat your baby. That might eat your baby. Yeah. Yeah. Let's go work with your mama. Say how you want that? No. Say how you want that? No. Whoa. Whoa. Get over here with your old puggy wuggy tail. Get over here with your puggy wuggy tail. Quit licking things. Get over here with your old puggy wuggy buggy tail. Get over here with your little tail. Say bye-bye. Say bye-bye. Say bye-bye. Okay. Now we're not playing no more.